Hello, mindful friends. Today we're going to be looking into how increasing our trust and patience can decrease the amount of tension and stress and resistance in our lives. So, the opposite of having this trust and this patience in whatever we're doing in life, in our work schedule, and how we're relating to other people, and how we're making plans, is this perceived control that we have over everything. And this desire to make things happen in the way that we want them to, in the timing that we want them to, with the exact outcome that we want. And we have this perceived importance of self and how we are controlling the situation that we can make this happen. And when we have this perceived importance of self and our role in the outcomes of things, we then feel this expectation and this pressure to kind of bring out that outcome, to manifest these things. And then when they don't happen, we don't get what we want. It doesn't happen in the timing that we want. It's not, our plan does not come to fruition. Now we feel deep sense of failure. And we begin that self-deprecating talk that this was our fault, we could have done better. That we could have done better kind of thinking, and this is our fault, then leads to the need to control the next situation even more. Next time I can do better. Now we feel an increased sense of control for the next situation. I have to be on top of this. I have to do this just right. It has to work out like I want it to. And this takes us in that downward spiral of everything lies on my shoulders. I am the one controlling all of this, and it is my fault and my failure if it doesn't manifest in the way I was thinking. Now, let's look at what happens if we bring a little more patience and trust into these situations. The trust helps us to release a little bit of the control and the perceived self-importance in the playing out of life. So we are trusting in, whatever it is for you, whether it be the universe, whether it be, this system of the whole world, trusting in other people, trusting in the greater plan, and if that feels good for you, trusting in a God, and remembering that our perceived outcome or our desired kind of track of things may not be the plan of the greater good. It may not be what's meant to happen in the greater system. Maybe that thing wasn't meant to get done. Maybe that trip needed to be canceled. Maybe this project needed to fall through. Whatever it is, this trust helps you to release some of that pressure on self and your perceived perfect outcome. And we start trusting that, we show up, we do our best, we show up as the best version of ourselves, and then we watch what manifests. We watch and we trust that what manifests is exactly what it was meant to be, and that we can then show up in the next situation again as the best version of ourselves. And even if it doesn't turn out exactly like we expected, we're still there as, who we're supposed to be in the world. And this trusting takes away, when that situation doesn't work out as you thought, that trusting helps you to look at self with compassion and deep understanding and acceptance, saying, I know I showed up as the best version of myself. I know that I arrived here, I gave my heart, I gave my all, I showed up. And I trust that even though it didn't work out in the way that maybe I expected it to, if I showed up as I was supposed to, it worked out as it was supposed to. And now instead of showing up in the next situation with that heightened need to control and that attitude of I was a failure, you show up with the attitude of here I am again. I'm showing up again as the best version of myself. And again, I'm trusting that when I do that, it will lead me once again to the next step of where I'm supposed to be. Then we bring in the patience, and what does that do? So the patience is that, when we had that perceived importance of self and our plan and when it needed to get done, we felt an urgency. It has to get done now, and it has to get done in this way. When we bring patience into that, we say, it doesn't matter as much when it gets done. It doesn't have to happen right now. If I show up, I give my all, I do my best. I'm here in the way that I know I'm meant to be here. Things may come at a different timeline than we expected. Maybe we don't make that transition as quickly as we thought. We don't change jobs as quickly as we thought or make that move right when we thought we should. But when we have that trust and that patience, we arrive in that situation knowing that this is how it's meant to be. And I can look at where I am and I can feel gratitude for exactly what I'm experiencing right here and right now, without feeling that tinge of failure because I didn't get it done or it's not happening right when it should. It's this, okay, here's where I am. This is where it should be. What can I learn in this experience right now? How can I continue my growth in what's happening right now and have that patience, knowing that when it does shift, that will be the timing that it needs to happen in. So the patience and the trust helps to remove that pressure from self that's based on an outcome of a certain timing, of a certain result, of whatever it is, that pressure on the expectation of the should. And what it does is it brings it back into the one thing that matters is who you're being and how you're showing up. And you show up as the best version of yourself. You give and offer your best skills, who you really are, and then you trust. You trust that it'll work out how it should, and you have patience that the timing of when it's completed will happen on the timeline that it's meant to. And as things shift and they change and it doesn't happen as we planned, instead of feeling defeated, disappointed, and doing self-deprecating thoughts, we feel that peace of I know I showed up as the best version of me. I know I was here. I know I gave it my all. I offered what I'm here to offer. And I trust that it will work out as it's meant to. So hopefully this brings a little bit more peace into your life and takes away a little bit of that expectation, resistance, tension, and stress as you approach things with trust and patience. If you enjoy these teachings and want to join us in some live group classes, please go to our website at newleafpath.com. I hope to see you all very soon.